tell me when I'm on.
Good.
Okay. Hey everybody. So if you guys don't know me, I'm Hannah. I'm Chris's wife, and we're sitting here actually at a business event for entrepreneurs, and we're having lunch. And so Chris and I were just talking about our evenings last night and the conversations that were had as we're networking with other crazy entrepreneurs in every industry. And I just started to be really touched by what he was saying, the conversation that he was having with someone last night about why he has come out and about IULs specifically. I always pick on that life insurance space that it's so like not sexy. But what is sexy to me is the passion that he has about people. And the people that he's serving and the people out there that are being misserved. And someone asked him last night about kind of his origin story and started to like squeeze the juice for him as he was just telling me about why this passion exists so much. And it's not just the numbers and it's not just like saving one family at a time, although it really truly is for him. And I just was like, babe, grab your camera. I want to capture this. Like he was choking up. And I don't know if he'll do it again now that I have the camera turned around on him. But it just moved me. Like, this is who this man is. And I'm just so in love with him, and I'm so in love with how much he cares about all of you. In this crazy space that I don't totally understand is his way of making a big impact in the world. And I just, because it's fresh and it's raw and it's happening right now, I thought maybe we would snag it on camera. So anyway, here we go. Okay.
Oh boy.
So say what you just told me again. About the story of how you kind of started. You were playing poker, it was 2008.
Yeah, okay, so...
Just tell me what you just said.
Well, so I guess I'll just share my origin story a little bit and go from there, right? Is that fair? So, 2008 happens, obviously everybody remembers the financial crisis. And so I had somebody last night asking me, why do you hate IUL so much? Like it's not this calculated thing, and I know you have all the numbers and you have all the reasons, and I've heard all that, and it makes some sense, but I can tell it's more than that. There's a passion that you have behind why you have this disdain for the way IULs are sold in a way that like is more than just calculated money stuff and numbers.
So hopefully I don't screw it up.
That's fair.
Unless it's easier to talk to me and you just want me to hold it.
I don't care.
Let's do that. Just talk to me, because
Okay.
I want it to really be the conversation we're just having. There's just heads behind you. Can you see it in?
I'm not worried about it.
There's heads. Okay.
How close am I here? This is zoomed in. You
Not
looking
that
at my
close.
nose?
No.
So
There were just people behind you.
all good,
Okay,
it's
go
all
ahead.
good.
Sorry, y'all.
So he basically was saying, listen, it's not just about the numbers for you. I can tell you have this different passion that it's not just the calculations. There's something inside you. And I was like, you know what? That's a good thing. Good question. I hadn't really thought about it like that. And so I was forced to think about it in terms, because I share my story a lot, being like, hey, I worked with National Life. I was the head of director of business development. I was all in on IULs. I learned about them. When I learned the truth about how they actually functioned, I couldn't do that. I didn't agree with it. It wasn't everything it was sold as, and so then I just decided that whole life was the better way, and so that's my story. And like, on the surface, yeah, okay, that's the story, but like when he got me to think about it deeper, I was like, wow. So 2008 happened. Everybody remembers 2008. My wife and I went through a transition. We lost our house in Arizona. We moved back to Vermont to be near family. And I had just gotten done playing poker for a living for 7 years and decided that it was time to get a job. And so my wife, my father-in-law, I guess, has been at the time had been in the industry for like 30 years, and I kind of had the idea of getting in the business and being his succession plan and doing all this stuff. And I just remember going into the business and having an interview with his manager, and I remember Ray to this day being like, Chris, listen, I think you're gonna kill it. I think you're great, but dude, you just played poker for a living for 7 years. If I hire you, they're gonna fire me, and I can't do it. Like, go get a job at a life insurance company, and we'll go from there. And what I remember is that year, going in, trying to prove myself, trying to like do all these things, and just learning the industry, and in that process, learning about what life insurance can really do for people. And then on the inverse side of this, seeing my father-in-law, love him to death, one of the greatest hearts of anybody I know, and intentions, but seeing the stress that he had to endure and the people that got hurt, as good as he is, as good as his intentions are, what he did with his money management business, people lost 30, 40, 50% of their portfolios because that's just what happened at that point in time. And so on the other side, I was getting mentored by some like icons in the industry, in the insurance space, like Don Blanton, and like learning that it doesn't have to be that way. And so I made this conscious decision to myself that, and this is what has framed my mindset with everything that I do, is that I never want to have to say I'm sorry. And it was interesting, I haven't thought about that statement until last night, when I, like, in a long time.
Do you remember listening to Dad have those conversations with his clients?
Big time. I remember your dad, like I remember both of us being worried about your dad, worried about his stress, worried about him having a heart attack, worried about him not eating, worried about like all these different things, because watching him go through that process was super hard.
Yeah. It really was.
And so I just remember at that moment in time being like, the market is cyclical. This is going to happen. I'm going to do this for a long time.
Yes, I'm showing them your tears.
And I'm going to do this for a long time.
I told you he was choking up. Did you see it? I wasn't lying.
And in that long time, I know I'm going to have to endure other periods like this. You know, that this is the long game for me. And I never want to have to say I'm sorry to anybody. So whatever I do is going to be a situation that I help people figure out how to be financially successful, but it's not going to be through this system that ultimately has let people down time and time and time again. And if I follow and I become an advisor in that arena, I'm going to be stuck following a structure and a system of way of being and way of advising people that is out of alignment with my beliefs and my core values and like how I want to show up and help people in the world. And so the reason that, you know, while it's true I left, and when I found out the truth about IUL, and it's crazy to me that I didn't even think about this till last night in this way. So thank you to the guy you're probably watching this video, and I'm not going to name you for your own confidentiality, but like, thank you for pulling this out of me, because it's like last night I realized that the reason I had to make the pivot so fast when I learned the truth, and listen, when I figured out the truth about what I learned about IUL, I made the pivot. Ask my wife. It was a really, really hard decision because I had a lot of upside staying where I was. I was offered a lot of money. I was offered a lot of things. And it hurt our family for me to make the decision that I made financially. And that was a really, really hard time. But I had to do it. Like, it wasn't even an option.
And in addition to that, did you go back and, I guess show me, I'm the interviewer. Did you go back and accept a position at that Fortune 500 financial company that you had done the life insurance thing just to go back and get that job? Did you step into the role of a six-figure financial management company that you were about to inherit through my dad?
Oh, no, yeah, no. I learned that before, I kind of bought into the IUL stuff before that, right? And I was pretty much guaranteed six figures starting the business, like pretty much red carpet rolled out for me. Honestly, it was a big disappointment to the family that I made the decision that I did.
So not only was that a big disappointment that he said, no thank you, I know better now and I'm going to stay in the life insurance space, but then even within the life insurance space, you had to be such a huge rebel and you had to rebel against the type of insurance that you had been trained.
Those were like 3 or 4 years apart from each other, those periods of time. So
but they were both major upsets in the family, and both of them, I mean, the first time you were offered like six figures at least to take over that business that was our legacy, you know, and then the second time we were getting offers for probably $500,000 to go down. I don't know if you've ever said that on camera, or if I'm supposed to. To move and to go be the GA and to take over some
different areas.
The next like retiring person for this large company that you were working with, and you turned that down too. So he comes from a history of being a rebel and so honest and so principled to a detriment that it actually like has financially sacrificed our family. multiple times because he believes so strongly in making sure that other families are protected, and he's unwilling to do anything that would put other families at risk. I didn't realize either that it was also fueled by watching my father have to apologize to families. And
I don't think I honestly.
from the core of him, he felt that pain and he hated to do that. And I didn't realize, and you're just realizing that today. So you guys are literally sitting with us as we're discovering this, and Chris is literally like choking up, and he doesn't want me to show this.
Stop.
But I am, because that's what I do.
So, yeah, right?
Sorry I interrupted you. But.
No, it's fine. I don't know if we're going to use this whole thing anyway, but I don't even know. Like, so I learned, I guess for myself, it's a curse that I have to live in my truth, even if it's at the expense of myself and the people that I love, my family and all that stuff. And you know, we went through a lot of troubles when I learned what I learned about IUL and realized that it wasn't in my truth and that I couldn't actually sell it, even structured properly in a way. I couldn't sell the product with the guarantee that I would never have to say I'm sorry. And I didn't put that necessarily together. Like, I remember feeling it at the time, but it was my conversation last night. I just got hit with this wave of like, holy crap, like that was it. And that's why. And the guy was like, you need to share that. And then, so I wasn't planning on filming this video and sharing it in this way, quite frankly.
Sabotage.
So, you know,
at lunch.
Last night she went to bed, I had this conversation, and so we're at lunch right now at this event at Funnel Hacking Live.
Let me show.
And I'm...
Oh, you know what? The tables are empty. Actually, the event started and we're late. We should go back in.
So we're at this event, and I'm just sharing with her for the first time my revelation, my realization of why I'm so passionate about this whole life thing, and why I am so passionate about the anti-IUL thing. And it was that. It's because I think, I don't know the word, nobility, you know, like, I don't know the word, but like, I think there's a lot of importance in people in our position in the financial security world, let's call it, because that's what life insurance should be, is financial security for people too. It's not about getting rich. It's not about maximizing retirement income. It's not about upside potential. That's not what life insurance companies do. It's about financial security. And if you ever sell a financial product that you have the potential of having to say you're sorry about, you're not really giving people security, because that risk always exists and there's all the unknowns. And so that's why I'm so passionate about what I do. That's why I'm so, I don't know, I'll use the word polarizing. That's why I'm so adamant about my positions on it.
And it's not personal against the people,
no.
Except for we just wish that they would be enlightened and change their ways to stop potential hurting
and
people.
I think there are some people that know what they're doing, and you know, and I think those people need to be called to the carpet. But I think 99% of people that are doing it just think they're doing the best, because I believe in people. I believe that most agents get into this business because they really want to help people. They want to serve people. They want to help They got into the business for the reasons I wanted to. And listen, I get it. I started with that heart, and I got in being an IUL agent, and I sold a lot of IUL before coming to the realization. And when I did, I had to have a lot of really hard conversations with people that I cared about, that I sold, business acquaintances, friends, all that stuff, to have that kind of, you know, come to Jesus moment where it's like, you know, I know you did this because I really advised strongly and I told you it was going to be A, B, and C, but really it's kind of X, Y, Z, and I made a mistake, and I know that your finances are on the line because of my advice. And, you know, I was in the position of having to say I was sorry, right, which was really hard, but I had to be a man and take it and, like, do that and, you know, get through it. And once again, I was blessed in a way that, like, people were super gracious, and you know, it ended up being really a great growth experience for me, I guess is the way to put it. But yeah, I guess that's it. That's why I do what I do. That's why I think this space is so important. And so my encouragement to anybody is, you know, we're all on our own journey. I have my journey, you have yours. Everybody watching this you have your journey in the space. If you're an agent, if you're looking to utilize life insurance as a foundational cornerstone asset in your life, like I really just encourage you to think about like what are you selling it for, or what are you using it for, and making sure that your financial strategy, what you're doing with your financial plan, your financial system and structure, and all that technical stuff is in alignment with your values and your beliefs. And that this product, because it's just a product, it's just a tool, and there's no tool or product in the world that's going to solve your financial problems. It's how you utilize it. And I truly believe it should be a cornerstone, foundational asset in every single person's life at some point in time. So make sure that when you do it, that it really is in alignment with your values and beliefs for what you're hoping that tool to accomplish for you. So
that's it from you. All right, well, I think your tribe loves you, and this just goes to show, thank you for being willing to let me film you for a hot second. It may have been a little embarrassing when I zoomed in on his choking up moment, but I just want you guys to see the man behind the curtain. If you're used to seeing Chris on film, this is like the norm. This is the real guy, and he is good to the bone and just really believes and cares about what he's doing and why. So I just wanted to give you a little pull back the curtain behind the scenes. I hope I didn't embarrass you too much, but your tribe loves you and they support you and they get you, and I think your genuineness really comes through to them, and that's why they connect with you. So thank you all for your encouragement to him. It's a polarizing topic, as you said, so all of your support and good vibes are appreciated and loved. So thank you.
See you guys.
See ya.